If same-day repair is over $250. Just give them a call at 704-487-7877. Again, 704-487-7877. That's Shelby Heating and Air, 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. Online at shelbyheating.com.
Welcome in to a beautiful Sunday morning here at Keeter Stadium at Shelby High School for the resumption of Game 9 of this American Legion World Series. I'm Brent Pasco. Jeff Jones is with me. We were here last night, Jeff, until, I don't know, about 9:40 something, and too much rain. We stopped the game last night in the top of the third inning.
Seems like the first pitch was somewhere around 7:45, so it has been right at 15 hours since that first pitch. And obviously things have changed. We do not yet have the official lineup changes, if there are any, for Billings, Montana, but we do know that Bossier City, Louisiana, has made the following moves. Britton Pipes, who was playing third base, he has moved to left field. The left fielder, Cade Bryant, has moved over to right field. The original right fielder, Jackson Jones, has moved to pitcher. And Brody Bauer, he has left the lineup. And Cade Moore, who is now the third baseman, he was a designated hitter, so that just basically means there is no designated hitter anymore. So those are the changes for Bossier City, Louisiana. And Bossier City, Louisiana is in somewhat of a pickle in that they are scheduled to play originally the first game today, 1 o'clock. So they're going to finish this game, and then they're going to start the next game, after the usual pregame festivities. And they will play the undefeated Berry Hill Post 165 from Midland, Michigan, in that game. And if Montana can pull out this victory, then they would have a chance to play Midland, Michigan for, basically a playoff spot. And you'd have that possibility where you'd have three teams that are tied with 2-1 records, and then you go back to, total runs given up. And this Louisiana team lost to Midland, Michigan, but they only gave up 3 runs in that loss. So nobody in this division has given up a large number of runs, with the exception of Delaware, who gave up 9 runs against Michigan yesterday.
Yeah, right. That's other than that, 6 is the most, and that was Montana gave up to Delaware back in day 1. So Louisiana's got a little bit better in the fact they only gave up 3 runs. So if they lose, and it's a close one, it's going to be all kinds of scenarios coming up.
Well, if Louisiana loses this game, then they're going to have to, number one, hope that Berry Hill can defeat Montana,
right?
Because if they don't, they're out of it. And Louisiana would also have to win
against Delaware
in the 4 o'clock game. And so, if Louisiana loses, then there's nothing really in their in their control,
right,
other than trying to win that last game. But then having to hope that the team that just beat you loses, to another team. That's not.
And gives up a bunch of runs.
That's not what you want to get into.
Right.
Well, actually, the giving up a lot of runs is maybe not even that important either, because Louisiana hasn't given up many runs, and for Montana would have to win that game, and it's so confusing.
Yeah, it is. So both teams have a chance if they lose, but it's going to be a hard road to hoe.
Yes, but both teams are going to have a lot of help if they lose.
Absolutely.
Whereas if they win, they're still going to have a little bit of help, and you're going to get the the total number of runs given up, and so that it gets a little bit dicey at that point.
The good news is it's a beautiful day here at the ballpark. Sun's out, just a few thin clouds in the distance, and it should be a great day to get this game in and 3 more and get back on track for the semifinals tomorrow at 4 o'clock. When we pick up here in a little bit, they're hoping for an 11 a.m. start. It's 10:55 now. You'll have Bauer replaced on the mound by Jackson Jones, and he'll have 1 out and Berkram at the plate for Montana with a 2-2 count.
Yes.
And 1 out. So that's your scenario. We don't know yet if Montana's going to roll the dice and keep Drew McDowell on the mound. He did not reach the 40 pitch threshold, or the 40, 40, I had it in front of me. I think if you get to 45.
Yeah, 1 to 45. 1 to 45, you have to
sit out a day.
Sit out a day.
So he may have to as well, because he threw 30-something pitches yesterday. So most likely both of these pitchers will be taken out of the game, and they were both pitching really well. In fact, in McDowell's case, he was coming off a no-hitter in the regional. He pitched 1 game in the regional and had a 9-strikeout no-hitter for a win. And Bauer, so far this game, had pitched great. He had gone 2 1/3 with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk and just 1 hit surrendered.
And that was an infield single.
Yep. So now you're going to the next pitcher up when you had 2 really aces out there pitching really well last night.
The other slight change of note, and it's really for us or anybody that might be somehow streaming this game, is that the Montana team is still wearing their Kelly Green camo jerseys, but Louisiana has gone back to their usual jerseys. So they're wearing – are those white or is it light gray?
It's a cream,
okay.
And it's a Phillies jersey. So they got their,
Okay, so they're back to their Phillies uniform, which they wore. Well, they wore a type of Phillies uniform the day before when they played Midland, Michigan. It was the powder blue Phillies uniform, the away uniform. So this is more like the Phillies home uniform.
Yep, says Phillies across in the cursive. Red, and then the red hat, red numbers, and then the cream-colored jerseys, tops and bottoms. So the umpires are still in their camo, and I see Dave Brown out there. So it's the crew from last night: Jim Clayton behind the plate, Reed Lester at first, Dave Brown at second, Andrew Fisher at third.
And coaches, managers are out there talking to each other, going over ground rules. Obviously bringing out any changes that they might have had about their pitcher and that kind of thing. And so they have shaking hands and making their way back to the dugout. And there'll be no need for a national anthem or the sportsmanship code, because we already did that last night. And so looks like we're getting ready for baseball.
Yep. A couple of minutes away from first pitch. Berkram's already ready to hit. I just saw him being interviewed on the TV about 5 minutes ago. So we're about ready to go. There's some fans here, and I assume throughout the day we'll get more and more fans out here for this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Again, after this game, we'll have the regularly scheduled 1 o'clock Midland, Michigan against this Billings, Montana team, and then Wilmington, Delaware will take on Bossier City. So both of these teams have to come right back and play today. And then the nightcap, Troy, Alabama, and League City, Texas, which is a really big game. If League City wins, then Texas and North Dakota represent the Stars division. But if Alabama wins, there's a 3-way tie, which would go to a tiebreaker. And right now, if that's a low-scoring game, Alabama and Texas are going to go in front of North Dakota.
Yeah, and then North Dakota, it's like it really doesn't even have to be a low-scoring game. It can be a 5-4 or a 6-5, and I think that North Dakota is going to be out either way.
Right. So North Dakota sitting there saying, well, if Texas wins, we're in, but they're not going to know until late tonight. So they're just hanging around, hoping for the best, and they've done all they can by going 2-1, including defeating Alabama in that epic 14-inning game Friday night, Jeff, that went into Saturday morning.
And what made it even more epic, you had the rain delay, but then you had a run scored in the bottom of the 7th to put it into extra innings, and then both teams scored a run in like the 10th, and then both teams scored a run in the 13th, and so it just kept going, until finally North Dakota was able to win.
Win 5-4 in 14. I heard that game broke 17 records.
Yes. Jackson Jones is now on the rubber. He's going to be taking his warm-up pitches, and he is a lefty.
So that's a change because Bauer was a right-hander.
Right.
Now Jones comes in the lefty. And see if I can get some height and weight for you so you get a picture of kind of what he looks like out there. He's got the blonde hair, kind of the long blonde hair, and he's 6 foot, 175. He'll be a 2025 graduate of Benton High School. And so he's your new pitcher. Berkram at the plate. Berkram is a right-handed hitter facing the lefty. Again, he'll step in there with a 2-2 count. So,
and his first time up, he grounded out to the second baseman to start this ball game about 15 and a half hours ago.
So I'd like to welcome all the listeners here on this WestEndSales.com broadcast. We're on our YouTube channel until noon, and then we'll transfer back. We'll still be on the YouTube channel for the remainder of this game, but we'll also be on WOHS 101.5, 1390 AM starting at noon after the church services are over. So,
and will we also be on WCSL?
I believe so. So you can check us out either way you want to at noon, or you can keep us right here on the live stream until the conclusion of this game, and then we'll go radio only for the next 3 games. So Berkram getting ready to hit off of Jones, and we'll give you the official restart time. It's 11:01 currently on the scoreboard, which I guess is the official time.
Now it just turned over to 11:02, and
I believe that'll probably be our start time.
Getting ready to throw the ball down to second base. So this is the last warm-up toss for Jones. Throw down to second, and so we'll be ready to go. The home plate umpire has walked out to speak with Jones, and looks like Jones might have taken something, might have had a batting glove or something on under his mitt, and it looks like he took it off. So
we've seen all kinds of. We saw a game where a guy had a 2-tone glove, and
they made him change it
right before the first pitch. They let him warm up and then had him go change it. So here we go, 2-2 count on Berkram. Jones, the lefty, delivers, and it's a swing and a miss, but the catcher couldn't quite hold on to the foul tip, and so Berkram stays alive with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
No score.
Absolutely no score. So clean slate for both of these teams. It's just treated like a 5-inning game. This ball misses outside, and it's gone to a full count on Nolan Berkram. On deck is the dangerous Nathan McDonald. And now Jones delivers, and this ball's fouled down the third base line. And we'll have another 3-2 pitch coming up.
Now, Brent, I think as far as official score goes, if a pitcher comes in and he inherits a count, I think that actually goes on the previous pitcher, I think. So I believe if Berkram was able to reach base on a base on balls, I think he would be the responsibility of Bauer, but I could be wrong.
That ball's fouled out of play. That's a John Brown Allstate of Cherryville foul ball. And again, Berkram stays alive with a couple of foul balls with 2 strikes. And now another 3-2 pitch from Jones, and this is inside, so that is a walk to Nolan Berkram. And the good news is we got the official stat app here.
Right.
And we can go check that out and make sure we got it right. So Berkram on first with 1 out, and that brings up McDonald, and he's been on a tear.
He did strike out his first time tonight, but he has been on a tear in the Regional World Series.
He has. He was really on a tear in the regional, not quite as hot here in the World Series through a game and a half, but he takes ball 1 inside. That can all change with 1 swing of the bat. Again, Jones, the pitcher, relieving Bauer, and called strike. And he only relieved Bauer because of the delay and the rescheduled the game to this morning. And the rules say if you throw a pitch, you have to sit out a day the next day. So
swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Nathan McDonald. And a 1-2 count. Not much of a lead for Berkram at this point. And a called third strike as he got the curveball back over the outside corner. And now McDonald has been retired twice on strikeouts, once swinging, once looking. And with 2 outs, Kyler Northrup at the plate. He's the number 3 hitter. And again, Berkram's over there in first, and he's a threat to steal. But with the lefty on the mound, Jeff, it's so much tougher to steal second on a lefty. And this ball is lined foul down the third baseline for strike 1.
Third base coach did a good job getting away from that one.
No doubt about that.
So 2 outs. We're in the top of the third. Runner on first. 0-1 count. Montana is at bat.
And
that ball bounces away from the catcher, and this is one of those that the catcher needs to really get back there quickly, because I have seen a player go from first to third.
Yep, and so we'll call that a wild pitch, and that'll send Berkram down to second.
And that puts him in scoring position. So Berkram has shown that he can move pretty well, so a single into the outfield could score a run.
1-1 the count on Northrup. Jones looks Berkram back to second, and now he delivers, and that's way inside, and that gets by the catcher, and down to third goes Berkram. So 2 pitches in a row that kind of hit in the dirt inside and got away from the catcher.
Well, I don't think that one actually hit in the dirt. I think it was just so far inside, and the batter tried to stop his swing, and I think he hit off the back of the glove. I think that's more of a pass ball, Brent.
Okay, we'll give him that. So now runner on third with 2 outs, and another one of those could score Berkram here with this big area behind home plate, and that ball is fouled out of play. 2-2 the count on Northrup. Still no score here, top of the third. Again, resumption of last night's Game 9. And this ball's popped up on the infield. Brignac is going to squeeze it for the Pete's Fishbach third out of the inning. So 1 runner is stranded after the walk. But we go to the bottom of the third, no score on our No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. You're listening to American Legion World Series Baseball right here on KTC Broadcasting.
Experience, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions, and they can repair and rebuild transmissions, and they'll sell you parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal, Jimmy, and Billy at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission Specialists, supporting high school and American Legion baseball.
Nobody does it better.
Yes, when it comes to real estate, nobody does it better than Sherry Horn of Sherry Horn Real Estate. Sherry was voted the best real estate agent and best real estate office in Cleveland County. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, talk with Sherry Horn at Sherry Horn Real Estate. Call 704-915-5450 or visit her website at soldbysherry.com. And like her on Facebook too, and you'll see why nobody does it better.
Welcome back to Veterans Field, Keeter Stadium. The resumption of Game 9 of the American Legion World Series 2024 version. For Louisiana, third baseman Cade Moore steps in. He started the game as a designated hitter. This is his first at bat. He takes ball 1. And on the mound, we still have number 12, Drew McDowell. And so let's really pay attention to how he fares after pitching 2 strong innings last night.
Well, he threw under 30 pitches, so I guess that means he can still pitch.
This ball is rolled slowly up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop, and that's Blaine McFerrin. Has to come up in front of the bag, makes a good throw, and it's not even that close.
You got to switch your outfield. Northrup.
That's right. It was Northrop. We are in the bottom.
Northrop made the play 6-3.
Sibley at the plate, and he swings and misses. Sibley is the catcher, and he had the wild pitch and the pass ball, but got back quickly on both of them to hold the advancement to just one base. So 0-1 count to Sibley. The pitch is wide of the mark, so it's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, this is an interesting to leave McDowell out there.
Pitch is a little bit high for ball 2. Yeah, McDowell has 2 strikeouts heading into this third inning. That ball is inside. That was one of those that we've talked a lot, Brent, about how tightly to the plate so many of the batters nowadays stand. And he hopped back, and you're thinking, man, it must have been way inside, and it was very close. But it was a good decision. 3-1 count now. McDowell's going to have to bring it in, and it's way inside. So McDowell has walked Sibley, and that is the first base runner for Louisiana. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Jackson Jones.
He's a lefty.
And Jones's jersey number changed to 6 since they went to I had him down as number 2.
He was number 2, yep.
So runner on first, decent size lead. McDowell to the plate. And it's just a little bit low for ball 1.
I'll tell you, his velocity is still there from last night. His location hasn't been as good as that was his first walk.
And that ball is just a little bit high, so 2-0. And again, I don't think we'd be thinking about this if he hadn't pitched 2 innings last night.
3-0.
3-0. Yeah, I remember last night we were talking about what great control he had. He was painting the corners, and so 3-0 count. That's right down Broadway for 3-1. We've got 1 out, runner on first. We're in the bottom of the third. Bossier City, Louisiana is batting. There's no score on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 3-1 count now. McDowell to the plate.
Hit him.
And that's
all right, inside. Okay.
Way inside for back-to-back free passes. My friend Steve Hines would not be happy with the free passes.
He would not.
So runners on first and second, and catcher. Oh, we've got a Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory mound visit. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KTC Broadcasting.
Now through the end of the month, Sheila Sheds in Cherryville and Shelby are having a 15% off sale on Old Hickory buildings. Come in for all the savings. Chances are they have the building you've been looking for, and now 15% off. And take note of the new hours. Sheila Sheds in Cherryville and Shelby are now open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 to 5, Saturdays 10 to 2, closed Sunday and Wednesday. Sheila Sheds, 2104 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 2261 Lincoln Highway in Cherryville. In Shelby, call 704-406-9185, and in Cherryville, call 704-802-4610.
All right, we're back. That was a very short mound visit, and now Tucker McCabe steps in. He struck out looking his first time up, but runners are on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and that's courtesy of back-to-back bases on balls, and once again, pitch is a little bit high for ball 1.
Double play is in play here.
That's, again, that's a little chin music, but really it's not. I guess when you say chin music, that's saying they did it on purpose. But that was obviously a curveball that just rode up and away that time. So 2-0 count for McDowell to the plate, and that's catches the inside corner. He was really close to being 3-0 on
He
that one.
was. That wasn't much off of where, we got the ball called on the last batter.
So 2-1 count. Down to the plate. That's a pitch over the outside corner, so now 2-2. So again, runners on first and second, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the third, no score, but Louisiana is threatening. Still looking for their first Falston Pharmacy base hit. And this ball is grounded to the shortstop, flips it over to second, but no chance to turn the double play. That was kind of a sort of a lazy hopper, and the shortstop had to move to his right to make the play. Made a good throw to second base to get the runner there. So 6-4 is going to be out 2, but now we have a runner on third to go along with McCabe on first, reaching due to a fielder's choice. So it's going to take some type of hit or error to get this runner in from third, because there's now 2 outs. And this is Hudson Brignac, the second baseman, steps in, and he hit a nice ball to first baseman, and the first baseman made a really nice play and flipped it over to the pitcher covering McDowell on the coverage back last night. And I remember we talked about what a good play that was. That's in the running for our defensive play of the game thus far. 1-0 count. And this ball is lifted into right field. Right fielder is coming in. He says he's got it, and he does. So that's going to be the Pete's Fish Box third out of the inning. So 2 walks do not hurt Montana. Louisiana is out of the inning, and we'll be back after these messages on KTC Broadcasting.
Like them on Facebook too. Prices have been slashed. All vehicles have been reduced at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Come in and make them an offer. Really, make them an offer. No reasonable offer will be refused, and you can become one of their satisfied customers. On the lot now, Toyota Camrys, Hyundai Santa Fe's, Mercedes-Benz, Audis, Hondas, Cadillacs, and more. The time has never been better to buy than right now at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby, online at srautosales.com. Like them on Facebook too. They are the home of the satisfied customer. When you have experienced the loss of a loved one, you can trust the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home Cremation Center in Falston and the Stamey Charitable Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Cherryville to help guide you through the arrangements necessary to create a meaningful ceremony that will celebrate the unique life being honored. Find out more by visiting the website at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com, located at 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Falston, and StameyCharitableFuneralHome.com, located at 405 North Dixie Street in Cherryville.
The Transportation Administration of Cleveland County continues to operate TAC, Cleveland County Transit and Reach. The Cleveland County Transit route will continue to be free to ride until further notice. For more information, call 704-482-6705. Again, 704-482-6705. For schedules and times, visit taxshelbync.com. That's taxshelbync.com. Drivers clean and sanitize their vehicles every route.
Today's game has been brought to you in part by the law firm of Ted A. Grieve and Associates, personal injury lawyer. Ted is dedicated to providing professional and personalized service to every client. Their clients are assisted by highly trained staff members, which enhances the professionalism to their entire team. From auto accidents to workman's comp to Social Security disability claims, call on Ted A. Grieve, personal injury lawyer. Office is located in Shelby at 522 East Dixon Boulevard. Like them on Facebook too. Hospice Cleveland County now has a new name, Via Health Partners. It's a new name, but still the same exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top priority, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever the patient calls home. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice Cleveland County, is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting the website at viahp.org. Again, that's viahp.org. That's Via Health Partners.
Welcome back. We got Cody Collis, who has been an insurance agency of Cherryville player to watch for Billings, Montana. He's facing Jones in, did he show bunt and pull it back? I couldn't tell, but he takes 2 balls. It's 2-0 on Collis.
Yeah, you got me because he's a left-hander and he's completely behind the post.
I think he squared around the bunt and then pulled back on the first pitch. So lefty versus lefty, and it's 2-0. And now he hits one second baseman over to the ground, stops the ball, but no play at first. Let's see if this is an error or a hit.
That is another infield single. So there have been 2 Falston Pharmacy base hits in this game, both by Montana and both infield singles.
Yeah, the second baseman went over and kind of did that slide on his knees. He stopped the ball, but it kind of bounced away from him, and he wasn't able to even gather the ball before Collis was safe and ruled a hit. And now squaring the bunt is Randall. He pulls it back as this ball's way outside, gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Collis to advance. So runner on first, no outs. 1-0 count on Randall, the right fielder, who made the put out to end the bottom of the third. We're here in the top of the fourth, still no score. And he squares the bunt again inside. Now throw down to first. I think that was close.
Really close.
What a play there by Sibley. And the tag was pretty good, but the umpire, or the first base umpire, pointed.
He was right on top of it.
And he said he must have slid around the tag. So nice slide back by Collis. And now the bunt.
Fouled up into the screen.
Yeah, fouled. So two balls, 1 strike on Brady Randall.
The other thing Collis did a great job of was when he slid, his momentum was kind of taking him up into the right field side, and he kept his hand on the base because first baseman, really applied that tag hard and held it down there thinking that, his hand might come off, but did a nice job of staying on there. We have a throw over. We have left-handed pitcher, so it's a little bit easier to throw over to first, but not in time.
Squaring the bunt is Randall, and again they're going to get him out. This time they got him.
Yes.
So picked off of first base. As what happened is Randall squared the bunt, but the pitch was way high, so he pulled back and it was a ball. But Collis he had everything going towards second base. And
yeah, a lot of people don't think about, the sacrifice bunt is not simply bunt it and then the guy from first runs. I mean, because if you don't take off pretty quickly, they can get you at second and fourth. So the other thing that did him in was when he started to come back, one of his feet slipped out from underneath him, and so he was dead to rights.
Yep, he slipped and couldn't get back. So now the ball gets back, and now it's a walk. And Randall's hustling down because if Sibley didn't hurry back to the backstop, he could have gone to second. We saw that in a game previously.
Yeah, we did see a fourth ball get too far past the catcher, and that's the batter standing on second base.
So now that caught stealing, or that pickoff, looks even worse because they got the walk, and it could be runners on first and second, no out. Instead, it's runner on first with 1 out. And that brings up the right-handed Jacob Wilcox. And he hits one sharply in the right field, but on a nose right to Bryant, who makes the catch. I actually had to kind of reach up and make that catch as the ball tailed.
But talk about perfect positioning, because he's really in right center. There's a lot of room. There was a lot of room between he and the right field line. Now we got a left-handed batter, and he's making his way a little closer, but still a lot of room down that right field line.
Yeah, that's Chase Wise. He's the designated hitter. He takes a strike, so left-hander against left-hander, and he did strike out his first time up against Bauer. And now takes a curveball, just misses inside. 1-1. Runner on first is Brady Randall. And Randall has not attempted a steal in 6 games between the regionals and the World Series. And now another vicious curveball, freezes Wise, and he takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. And this ball high evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chase Wise. And this curveball, Wise ducks. It comes back but misses the plate. Full count. again, this Billings team will turn right around and play Midland, Michigan in the next game.
So 2 out, 3-2 count. Runner on first takes off, and that pitch is way outside, and what a nice job. What a nice job by Griffin Sibley to keep that from going past, because that was one of those, if it had gone back to the backstop, you might be looking at runners on second and third on that base on balls.
So 2 walks in this inning and a single, but because of the pickoff of Collis, just runners on first and second with 2 outs could be looking at a bases loaded with 1 out situation. So that pickoff from Sibley over to Sanders is really big right now.
And that's another possible qualifier for our defensive player of the game.
Absolutely. Pinter in, the catcher, and he takes a ball. He struck out against Bauer his first time up.
And this inning, starting to see a little bit of control difficulties with Jones.
Sure are. 1-0 pitch way outside, 2-0. So I knew it. Looks like an all-com services mound visit from the pitching coach. So we'll take a break here with the score 0-0, but 2 runners on here in the top of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Webb Chemical and Paper Company is the place to go for all your disposable paper products, food storage containers, and janitorial and cleaning supplies with great prices, great service, and products in bulk. They're conveniently located at 2500 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Stop by and let their friendly staff assist you with all your paper, container, and chemical product needs. Call 704-482-4331 or check them out at webchemicalandpaper.com.
Again, just a quick mound visit to maybe settle Jones down a little bit as he's kind of lost control a little bit. 2-0 the count, runners on first and second. Nobody out, or excuse me, 2 outs. Nobody in, and he misses inside, nearly hits the feet of Pinter. Now 3-0 with Vattenstall on deck. And Jones looks the runner back at second, delivers a strike on the inside corner.
That was one that Pinter was starting to make his way. He was ready to make his way up to first base, and the umpire said, no, come back.
Yeah, and he's the catcher, so he needs to be nice to that umpire. And now swing and a miss, foul tip, but held on to, and it's a full count.
So once again, runners will get a running go on the pitch. So base hit definitely scores 1, and something in the gap scores 2.
And the pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen.
Everybody can go back.
I'll tell you what, the runner on second, Randall, did not go, but the runner on first did. So third base coach needs to tell Randall, hey, you need to get going.
There's nobody anywhere near the base. He could get a huge lead.
And now ball inside. It's another base on balls as Pinter walks. And we've had a single and 3 walks.
But no runs.
But no runs yet.
And that's due to, again, the great pickoff by Griffin Sibley to Sanders to register the first out. But full-blown jam here for Jones.
Vattenstall at the plate, and he takes a ball high for ball 1.
So a base on balls with the bases loaded, that's a cheap way to get an RBI, but it counts all the same. This ball is fisted outside of third base. I'll tell you what, if that had stayed fair, that'd have been a tough play by the third baseman to try to figure out where he wanted to go with that. He'd have to turn completely around to go to second. He had to make a long throw to first.
Yeah, or he could have run and tried to tag the base before.
Yeah, but he was basically going to be running into foul territory. That'd be tough.
Yeah, that would have been really tough. 1-1 count on Vattenstall. Bases loaded. 2 outs, 1-1 count. And this one's hit sharply, but to the third baseman, and he's going to go to first with it. Long throw, but makes it. Good play by Moore, and that retires the side as they get the Pete's Fishbox third out, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score on our No Malarkey. Call Mr. Sparky Scoreboard.
I work my tractors really hard. I give all they've got. I demand as much horsepower as they can possibly give me. I tell you what, I've had these Coyote tractors for probably 10 years now. They've served me well. Been good.
Your Coyote dealer is Western Sales, Highway 18 North, the 27 West intersection in Vale. For the folks in Cherville and Shelby, I'm sure you remember when the Western Steer was in your town, and we wish they were still here. But I've got good news. There's a Western Steer just a few minutes up the road in Newton. From Cherryville, hop on Highway 321 Business. And from Shelby, go Highway 18 to 10 to Newton. You get real comfort food, home-cooked style with down-home hospitality. Try their big unbeatable buffet or order from their menu. And they've got a party room for big groups. The Western Steer in Newton, 334 Southwest Boulevard in Newton at the Highway 10 and 321 Business intersection. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Thinking about buying or selling land in Western North Carolina? Specializing in hunting land, farmland, and country homes, Whitetail Properties land specialists Chip Camp and Chris Weaver are ready to help. Visit whitetailproperties.com for more information or give Chip a call at 704-473-3833 or Chris at 704-692-6185. Or visit the new office at 4811 Falston Road in Falston. Hunting land, farmland, and country homes is their specialty. Call today.
Welcome back to Keeter Stadium. We are going to the bottom of the fourth. No score on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And our player to watch, sponsored by Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Shelby, steps in, and that is Cade Bryant, the right fielder, left-handed batter. And he takes a strike right down the middle. And, we talked about, McDowell had a little bit of control issues that last inning, but his velocity seems to be just fine.
Yeah, sure does. It's popping the mitt.
Next pitch. A little bit hot. So it's a 1-1 count. They have forgotten to flip over the pitch count because they've got 21 pitches down, and he started last night. He had more than that when we started today. That ball's high and inside. 2-1.
I'm pretty sure that Bryant's life just flashed before his eyes.
Yeah.
That was up near the chin.
Yeah. So 2-1 count. Nobody on. Bottom of the fourth. No score. Bossier City, Louisiana at bat, and this ball is basically a soft line drive direct to the shortstop. So that's going to be out one. That's going to bring up Easton Sanders, the first baseman. He grounded out to second base his first time up.
Well, the bad thing is they're adding pitches to his pitch count. That's the wrong pitch count.
Yeah.
Unless they're saying it starts over today with a new day.
Well, if it starts over the new day, he shouldn't have been allowed to pitch.
Right.
That
hit
ball
Sanders.
Does graze Sanders, so that hit by pitch ball. It's going to put a base runner on. That's Easton Sanders, and that's going to bring up shortstop Blaine McFerrin. He flew out to right field his first time up. So, fairly good size lead by Sanders. McFerrin takes it inside. One thing, McDowell has not been afraid to go inside with it. A couple times he's almost hit a batter, and he did the last pitch of the last at bat. 1-0 count. Again, that ball is inside, so 2-0 count. So he was 2-0 to the first batter this inning, Cade Bryant, and he lined out the shortstop, and then his next pitch he hit the batter, and now he's 2-0, two pitches that have been inside, and this ball is hit deep to center field. Center fielder going back, and he makes the catch right at 389 feet. That ball was almost straight away center, and center fielder had to really reach up. That just about got over his head.
I have not seen a home run hit in this park to dead center field since Colonel Hopper hit one in practice about 30 years ago.
That's a long way to straightaway center, but, man, McPherson gave it a ride. That's going to bring up Britton Pipes. He's the left fielder. He started last night at third base, but he moved in the midst of all the switching to change pitchers. And that ball is high. So 1-0. There are 2 outs, runner on first. We have no score in this game between Billings, Montana. They are in the field, and Bossier City, Louisiana at bat. Bossier City still looking for their first Foston Pharmacy base hit. And this ball is fisted foul. It's going to go, it would have headed into the stands behind the first base dugout, except the screen stopped it. So 1-1 count. Somebody's going to break through, and they're going to, and it's going to be pretty exciting at that point. This pitch is it was either just a little low or just outside, and McDowell kind of peered in like, where was that?
Yeah, it was really, really close.
2-1 count. And the bunt is laid down. Pitcher picks it up, makes the throw in time, and I guess he was just bunting for a base hit. So that nice defensive play by the pitcher is going to lead to the Pete's Fish Box third out of the inning. And we'll be back for the top of the fifth with no score here on KTC Broadcasting.
It's what you've been waiting for. The big new bath and kitchen showroom at Wind Supply in Shelby is now open. Yes, come in and check it out. You're going to love it. Whether you're building new or remodeling, Wind Supply in Shelby can help you with your bathroom and kitchen. Check out the line of Delta faucets and MTI baths. There's a variety to choose from. The new bath and kitchen showroom is now open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Locally owned and operated, that's Wind Supply of Shelby. 208 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at windsupplyinc.com. Are you puzzled by your health insurance options? Let Justin Witherspoon at Witherspoon Insurance Agency help you put all the pieces in place. Justin will help advise and guide you through the hassle of the current marketplace plans. And remember, Witherspoon Insurance sells auto, home, life, health, commercial, motorcycle, RV, and golf cart insurance, plus indemnity bonds too. Call 704-480-9595. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at witherspooninsurance.com. Keep your cool this summer by taking your vehicle to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. They'll have you cool and comfortable in no time at all. They do all types of air conditioner repairs on all types of vehicles. And remember A-Plus Automotive for all of your automotive repair needs. Charles Heston invites you in, and you'll be back on the road in no time at all. That's A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-482-0441. Like them on Facebook, too. At All Care Insurance Services, they take care of you. From auto to home to business, All Care Insurance can help. They've been helping North Carolinians save on their insurance since 1984. All Care Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency. They work for you, not the insurance carriers, finding you the best value on auto, home, and business insurance. Visit one of their offices near you. 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 4835 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and 7005 East Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at goallcare.com.
We roll to the top of the fifth inning here at Game 9 of this American Legion World Series. There's no score between Montana and Louisiana. Montana at the plate, it's Nolan Berkram, the leadoff hitter against Jones, and it's a 1-0 count. And now he grounds it third baseman Moore over to Sanders for out number 1. Quick 2-pitch in and out, and actually the last 2 plays have been made by Moore as he ended the last inning on a grounder by Valtenstall with the bases loaded, Jeff, and talk about pressure to make a good throw.
Yeah, there's 6 runners left on base by Billings, Montana, and They've gotten the only 2 hits of the game, but they hadn't been able to get the hits when they needed it. And what really hurt them last inning was their leadoff single. He was picked off on a nice throw from the catcher to the first baseman on a bunt situation. Again, a hot shot to the third baseman makes the play again. So
Moore with 3 plays in a row, 3 assists, and we have a timeout. We are having a Allcom Services mound visit. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on KTC Broadcasting.
Allison Golf Cars is proud to announce they are the official golf car sponsor for this year's Hamfest, starting August 30th, and golf car rentals are available. You can rent on the Hamfest website and ask about the Cleveland County Chamber golf car raffle valued at $9,000, sponsored by Allison Golf Cars. Drawing will be held August 30th at 4 p.m. at the Chamber office. Buy your ticket online at clevelandchamber.org. Allison Golf Cars, 2102 Gaffney Road, just south of Bowling Springs. Online at mycustomgolfcar.com. Wait, don't you just hate waiting? Well, I do too. That's why I go to Alray Tire Center, where I get in and out service and check out some of their springtime specials, like alternator service starting at $79.95, an oil change starting at $47.99, brakes starting at $125 per axle, and they have great prices on tires, and most sizes are in stock, so you don't have to wait. Visit your nearest Alray Tire Center, West Main Street, Forest City, Lower Dallas Road in Dallas, East Main Street in Cherryville, West Dixon Boulevard, Shelby, and Carbon City Road in Morganton.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Alston Bridges Barbecue is now open 10:45 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
It's time to get ready for the 2024 American Legion Baseball World Series. Coming to Veterans Field, Keeter Stadium, August 15th through the 20th. Look for special days and activities during this year's special event. This year marks the 97th year of American Legion Baseball. To check news releases and special announcements, go to alws.us. Don't miss this year's American Legion Baseball World Series, August 15th through the 20th. For more information, call 704-466-3103.
Well, I beat the drum and hold.
All right, we've had a Allcom Services mound visit and call to the bullpen. Cade Moore comes in to pitch for Jones. He comes in from third base. I think number 13 Pipes is at third, but we'll get all those changes here in just a minute. At the plate is Kyler Northrup, the right-hander against the right-hander Moore, and he takes ball 1. So Jones went 2 1/3. This ball gets by the catcher for ball 2. Pipes went to third, so that was correct. And Bryant went back to left field. And Jones went back to right field. And this ball's popped up. Incoming. Center fielder's going to take it, and that'll be McCabe. And that's the third out. The Pete's Fishbach third out at the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still no score on our No Malarkey Call Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We'll be right back on KTC Broadcasting in a minute.
Do you have wedding plans for 2024? Then Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery is the place to go. They carry beautiful engagement rings in yellow or white gold, and they sell only natural diamonds. They can even help you create your own unique design for an engagement ring. Shop their wide selection of wedding bands in yellow or white gold and tungsten. They have something to accommodate every budget. And check their gift gallery for gifts for your wedding party. Shop Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery, 228 South Washington Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 till 3. 2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house. and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
All right, welcome back. We're heading to the bottom of the fifth. No score on the No Mark and Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And stepping in, we got 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup. And this is Cade Moore, who was a designated hitter. Then he was the third baseman, and now he's the pitcher. And he got that last out, and now he steps in. 0-1 count. Pitch to the plate, takes it for strike two. And, well, we've got an old-fashioned pitcher's duel, and it's two different ways of doing it. We've third pitcher of the night for Louisiana, but thus far the entire game by Drew McDowell. And that's called strike three. And do you know who didn't like that one, Brent?
Cade Moore, who's the pitcher for Louisiana right now.
Yep, he took exception with that. But it was a good pitch.
It was. It's just a second strikeout for McDowell. He's walked 2, struck out 2. So the scoreboard says 34 pitches. The app says he's at 62 pitches, Jeff. I believe the app.
Yeah, I can't believe that they would start his pitch count over today, in that if you pitch at all, I don't think you're eligible to pitch the second game, so it wouldn't make any sense to start his pitch count over again. First pitch was fouled off into the screen, and this pitch catches the outside corner of the plate. And so, you know, last night in those first 2 innings, we talked about how McDowell was just absolutely painting the corners. It looks like after a couple of innings where he struggled a little bit, he's back to painting the corners again, Brent.
Yep, 0-2.
Nice play by the pitcher. That ball was hit rather sharply, and McDowell reached his glove out, caught it, ran about 5 steps over, and tossed it to first base for out 2.
I think that probably is a base hit if he doesn't glove that. It was hit sharply enough that I'm not sure the second baseman could have got over and made that play.
I agree with you. But Bossier City, Louisiana, still looking for that first Falston Pharmacy base hit. This brings up Jackson Jones. He's the right fielder. He did pitch for 2 1/3 innings and did a really nice job. The first pitch, righty versus lefty, and that ball's a little bit high for ball 1.
You know, he walked Jones last time, so sometimes a righty just doesn't like pitching to a lefty that much.
Well, old-fashioned baseball was the lefty in that situation has an advantage when you're pitching. Now that's the whole thing that Earl Weaver always did back in the day. He had Gary Renicky that batted against left-handed pitchers, actually batted against right-handed pitchers, and John Lowenstein batted against left-handed pitchers. A platoon in left field. 1-1 count. And this ball is hit into center field for a base hit. So there's our first Falston Pharmacy base hit for Bossier City, Louisiana.
And I'll tell you what, folks, we don't like to jinx when a no-hitter's going on. And Drew McDowell threw a no-hitter in the regionals, complete game 7, inning no-hitter with 9 strikeouts, and then he went 4 2/3 of this game. So think about that, 11 2/3 of regional and World Series pitching before he gave up his first hit.
This brings up leadoff batter Tucker McCabe. He struck out looking and reached due to a fielder's choice, and he takes strike 1. So running on first is Jackson Jones. Again, we're in the bottom of the 5th. No score between Montana and Louisiana. Louisiana at the plate. Next pitch, a little bit outside for ball 1.
If you're old enough, McCabe at the plate looks like a right-handed Lenny Dykstra.
I agree.
The hair, the size, the batting stance, the number.
Lenny Dykstra played on this field.
He did.
The Mets had a single-A South Atlantic League farm team here for 2 years, and Lenny Dykstra was one of the players that played here. A pitcher, McDowell, I can't think of his first name, Roger McDowell, he pitched here as well. So 2-1 count. And this ball is fisted. This could be now actually it's not. It was fisted, but he hit it off his toe. And that ball was rolling very slowly. It gotten past the pitcher's mound. It was going to die between the shortstop and the pitcher. And I thought, all right, this is going to be a base hit. Except the batter was kind of walking around hurting.
Yeah.
he was not heading to first base. He was walking around behind home plate. So.
And Dykstra also played for the Phillies, so that's why I think it. And he was number 4, just like McCabe. So
2-2 count now. Runner on first. Good lead for Jones, and he's going. And this ball hits the batter, and that was one. It was so far behind him. I was wondering if it was going to hit his bat. You know how you get the bat back behind you. But that's another hit batsman. That's the second hit batsman. And that puts runners on first and second now. So a little bit going on here for.
This is the exact same situation we had in the third.
That's right.
Brignac up with runners on first and second and 2 outs.
Brignac up the middle. It's going to be a single, and it's going to plate the runner. And the throw goes into third base, and he is safe as well. And on that throw, Brignac goes to second. So Brignac has a single, an RBI, goes to second on the throw. McCabe takes third, and Jackson Jones comes in to score. And it was really easy for Jones to score because
probably the wet field slowed that ball down.
That wet field, it was hit really hard through the middle of the infield, and then it really just slowed down as it got to center field.
And really a good play by Berkram to say, hey, I got a better shot at third, and he threw to third, and it was a close play.
It was a close play. In fact, I was trying to widen my field of vision to see if he had tagged him out at third, I'm not sure the run would have counted. 1-0 count. This ball is outside for ball 2, and this is Cade Bryant, who's the left fielder again, and he was my player to watch, sponsored by Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Shelby. Base hit right now could really open things up. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th, and that's going to be strike 1. So it's a 2-1 count. Again,
McDowell might be a little bit rattled. You know, he's pitched 2 gems in a row, and now he finds himself behind probably for the first time.
And this whole thing started with 2 outs. 2 outs and nobody on. That's going to be strike 2 called. But you got 2 outs, nobody on. The 9th batter's up, and he singles and then get a hit by pitch ball and then another single and the run's in. So all that done with 2 outs. 2-2 count now. Runners on second and third, hugely on second because nobody's anywhere near the bag. And this pitch is hit to the third baseman. He picks it up, throws to first, and that's going to be the Pete's Fish Box of Cherryville, third out. And that was a nice play. Nathan McDonald across to Jacob Wilcox for that out. But we do get our first run of the game, so at the end of 5, Bossier City, Louisiana leads Billings, Montana 1-0. We'll be back after these messages on KTC Broadcasting.
Need plumbing work done? Then call the Badger Plumbing Company. They are ready to handle any plumbing emergency, and they are locally owned and operated, fully licensed and insured. They specialize in drain cleaning, sewer repair, excavation, and general plumbing repairs, servicing all of Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties. Just call 980-403-5859. Anytime, 24/7. Get plumbing done right, guaranteed. That's Badger Plumbing Company, 803 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at PlumbingBadger.com. It's hot outside, and so are the red-hot deals on flooring at Barrett's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. Hurry in now and see Stan and Sherry for your next floor. They've got wide-width sheet vinyl with new designs and priced as low as $125 a square foot. Plus 5mm and 20mm wear layer LVP flooring is only $1.99 a square foot. This special get only for you at Barrett's Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. Online at barrettsfloorcovering.com. It's summer vacation time. Time to get your summer vacation loan from Basic Finance in Shelby. Head to the mountains, head to the beach, but first head to Basic Finance in Shelby. Call 704-481-0111 and schedule your appointment today. Get your summer vacation loan today at Basic Finance, 306-2 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. Basic Finance in Shelby. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
All right, we head to the top of the 6th inning here in Game 9 of this American Legion World Series, resuming from last night after the rain suspended play in the top of the 3rd inning. And in the bottom half of the 5th, Louisiana just put a run up. It's 1-0 Louisiana. And leading off here in the 6th, fly ball to shallow left, and a nice play coming in by Bryant.
And that was your player to watch, sponsored by Bennett Insurance Agency of Cherryville. And on the first pitch, he flied out to left field. And you're right, it was a nice play. And I should say the player to watch was Cody Collis, who's also a left fielder. So he was retired by his opposite number.
And his opposite player to watch, right?
It is amazing how that works out that way sometimes.
Yep, so ball 1 now to Brady Randall. Brady has grounded out to second and walked.
And was stranded at third.
They needed that pass ball. And now coming out from the batter or on deck circle, Wilcox has to get
going back, what we can really see was just a turning point in this game was when he had a single and 3 walks, and they got no runs out of it because the guy that singled to open the inning got picked off by the catcher.
Yeah, and I think right now
that's the defensive play of the game. You're right.
Sibley to Sanders, and that was a John Brown All-State foul ball out of play. And now sharp line drive, but well played by McFerrin as he snags it for out number 2.
It's a good thing. A good thing he snagged it because he tried to throw it over to the second baseman to start the rotation around the infield and threw it to the right fielder. So that's 2 outs pretty quickly. I mean, 9 pitches. I think he had 3 coming into this inning. The Montana players have been swinging early.
Yep, it's on 4 pitches last inning and 6 now this inning.
What an awesome curveball that catches the inside part of the plate for an 0-1 count. We got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Now foul ball down the third base line. It's 0-2 quickly on Wilcox, and Moore's ready to pitch. Look at him. As soon as he's going to step in the box, he's going. 0-2 pitch inside, doesn't get the call. Just inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think that's why we have so many hit batsmen now, Jeff, too, is these guys crowd the play. This ball's lifted in the shallow right center. This may get down, and it does. So Wilcox with the 2 out, Falston Pharmacy single, and you got a runner on first for Chase Wise, the designated hitter.
And Wise struck out his first time and reached on a base on balls his second time. But that Falston Pharmacy base hit, the 3rd base hit of the game for Montana. And remember, last inning, there were 2 outs, and it all started with the 2-out base hit. So that's a 2-out base hit. So
lined foul ball.
Billings, Montana is thinking they did it starting with 2 outs. We can do it as well.
Why can't we start a 2-out rally here? And that ball way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, that first foul ball hit on the top of the dugout down the right field line. 26 records were set or tied in the 14-inning Game 6 Alabama-North Dakota game. So 26 records were set or tied in that game. Pretty impressive stuff. 2-1 now on Chase Wise. And he hits a high fly ball to right. Right fielder going back. Jones going back still to the warning track. Makes the catch.
Yeah, that didn't look like it was hit all that well, but the more he drifted, the more that started to look pretty exciting.
Yep, Pete Fishbach, 3rd out, is a long fly ball to right center that Jones tracks down. And we will now go to the bottom of the 6th. The score still 1-0 in favor of Louisiana. We'll be right back here on KTC Broadcasting.
At Baxter & Sons Roofing, they want to take your roof to the max because you're tops with us. For over 35 years, Baxter & Sons has been serving this area with the very best in roofing, siding, and gutters. They work on residential and commercial roofs, and you can call for a free estimate, 704-629-4064, 704-629-4064. They are dedicated to providing you top quality roofing, and they value their customers like family. Take your roof to the max. Call Baxter & Son Roofing. Online at maxbaxter.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Compassion, excellence, and reliability. Those three words best describe Bayada Home Health Care, a nonprofit serving Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, and Rutherford counties with assistive care services in the comfort of your own home. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've been doing this since 1975. When it comes time, take the time and call Bayada Home Health Care in Shelby. Call 704-669-4000 or visit them online at bayada.com, located at 1105 Suite 3 on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Well, welcome back. We're going to the bottom of the sixth here, and Bossier City, Louisiana leads 1-0 over Billings, Montana. And cleanup batter Easton Sanders, the first baseman, he steps in, and that ball is low and bounces off the plate back to the backstop, so it's going to be a 1-0 count. The pitcher, Drew McDowell, he started last night, went two innings, and then started back up today. And he's given up one run on 2 hits. This ball is swung and fouled back into the screen, so it's a 1-1 count. If you're listening to us on the radio, welcome. We're happy to have you with us here on WCSL or WOHS. And we've got an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Bottom of the sixth, Bossier City, Louisiana has a 1-0 lead, and they would love to add to that lead. And the leadoff batter in this inning is Easton Sanders, the first baseman, and he takes ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count. Now, according to the app, how many pitches does McDowell have?
Yep, and that's what I'm talking about right now. So add 28 to that, and that's his total pitch count for the 2 days.
So he's got 83 pitches, and he is high with that pitch, so a 3-1 count. And definitely Bossier City wants to get base runners any way they can because they'd like to add to this 1-0 lead. And this ball is popped up high down the right field line. First baseman, second baseman going to and converging, and great play by the first baseman, and that is Jacob Wilcox. Stayed with it, ran a good ways, and it was in foul territory, but that is out 1. And that's going to bring up Blaine McFerrin. And fans, Blaine McFerrin came as close as anybody I've seen in a long time to going out of this park in straightaway center.
He did.
On a 2-0 count, he hit one, and the center fielder caught it with his back against the wall. And just to the left of him is the 390 sign. So it was hit. 1-0 count to McFerrin. We got 1 out in the bottom of the sixth. 1-0 lead by Louisiana, who is batting, and he's hit another towering shot, and the left fielder makes this play and runs into the fence. So, man, he's hit 2 long shots, and he's got 2 outs to show for it.
And he's upset. He's saying, "Why do we have to play in this big park?" Because I had a couple of dingers.
Yeah, that's back-to-back at bats for him. Now, of course, if he'd hit that ball to straightaway center to left, then it would have been well out of the park, but no luck. So 2 outs now. Brings up number 6 batter in the lineup, and he swings and fouls it back to the screen, and that is Britton Pipes. And Pipes has played third base and left field, and I think he's back at third base again.
So here's the deal. Since he didn't throw enough pitches to have to sit out a day last night, it starts over today.
Okay.
He can throw 105 pitches today in this game.
And this pitch is low for ball 1, so it's 1-1. Again, we're in the bottom of the sixth. Bossier City is batting. They lead 1-0. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They bunched both their base hits in the same inning. Montana has no runs, 3 hits, no errors. And the worst thing for Billings, Montana is they had an inning where they had a single and 3 bases on balls, but they didn't get a run because the guy that had the single got picked off by the catcher. So 2-1 count now. McDowell to the plate, and that's a beautiful curveball that's going to catch the bottom half of the zone for strike. So it's a 2-2 count. One more strike, and we go to the top of the 7th in a close game, Brent Pasco.
Yeah, it's been an old-fashioned pitcher's duel, combined pitcher's duel for Louisiana.
And that ball is way inside. The batter says, hey, didn't that catch me on the jersey?
Maybe.
But the umpire didn't see it. So now we got a 3-2 count. McDowell has not been afraid to throw the ball on the inside portion of the plate. This ball is fouled out of play, so that's a John Brown Insurance foul ball. It's been a very enjoyable game, Brent.
Yeah, it sure has. It's been a
really well played game.
Yeah, no errors either way. Really good pitching, really good defense.
And that ball is outside, so we've got a base on balls. And everybody, last inning, there were 2 outs and nobody on, and that's when they got the single, the hit batsman, and the single that plated the only run. And that's going to bring up Cade Moore. He started the game as a designated hitter, then he moved to third base, and now he's the pitcher. And so what do we say? He's got a chance to
help himself. And last time he struck out looking when he didn't really like the third pitch, did he?
And this ball is sliced into right field, and it's just foul. That might have played it a run because he sliced that thing and he hit it deep into right field to where there's a tent in the bullpen basically, and we couldn't see where it landed.
We would like to welcome our listeners on the radio. We've been on the live stream on our YouTube channel, but now that we're on the radio, I'd like to welcome our listeners. You're in a great ball game. It's the bottom of the 6th, 1-0 Louisiana, and Jeff, they're at the plate with a runner on and 2 outs.
0-1 count, and he's going to take strike 2. So 0-2 count. Again, we are in the bottom of the 6th, 7-inning regulation games here in American Legion. 1-0 lead Bossier City has, but they would love to add to that. And the pitch, that's way outside for a 2-2 count.
You can see over at third, McDonald is guarding that line with a guy in first. And every run, they don't want anything that's going to get in the corner, I can tell you that.
First baseman is holding the runner on because you don't want him to get a huge lead to score on something in the gap. And that's going to be a called strike 3, just like the last time. And Moore was not any more impressed with that pitch this time as he was the last time. So we're going to head to the top of the 7th, and quite a game here. It's on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. It's Louisiana 1, Montana nothing. And, oh, yes, that called third strike is the Pete's Fish Box of Cherryville out 3. So we'll be back for the top of the 7th here on KTC Broadcasting.
You work hard every day to provide for yourself and your family. Why not let someone else help out every now and then? As your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, that's why I'm here, for peace of mind, and to help you to protect what matters most to you in Cleveland County. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote, and to learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. Be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today. Bill Shuford, Heated and Air Conditioning in Shelby, wants to remind you that now is the time to have your AC system serviced, and right now, purchase a 1-year maintenance program for only $255 a year or $20 a month. Duct cleaning as low as $500 for up to 10 runs, and dryer vent cleaning is just $125. And of course, Bill Shuford will install a new system for as low as $85 per month on qualifying systems for qualified buyers. Call 704-484-0025, online at BillShufordHVAC.com, and find them on Facebook too. You could call it a little hidden gem in Shelby. We're talking about Blake's Automotive, tucked away at 215 West Graham Street in Shelby, where their customers is the first priority. Blake's Automotive are professionals in auto service. Also carry tires by Cooper, Toyo, and Yokohama. From oil changes to brakes to diagnostic to AC to heaters to alignment, transmissions to fuel injection systems. They do it all. And they are a Napa Auto Care Center and auto repair shop. Check them out. Blake's Automotive, 215 West Graham Street in Shelby. Call 704-476-5509. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Online at blakesautomotive.org. Like them on Facebook too.
First batter, grounder to first for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. And Jeff, I think that was a pinch hitter. That was number 5.
Yeah, Jaron Penner was due up, and so.
All right, number 5 for Montana. That would have been Hunter Doyle.
So Doyle is retired, so 1 out. And Votenstall is up. I think he's due up.
Yeah, Votenstall, and he grounds it sharply to third and up with it. And, it's going to be a tag at first.
Wow.
The throw to Sanders pulled him off the bag, and he tagged the bag with his glove just in time to get Votenstall for out number 2.
Well, the first base coach is saying he didn't he didn't touch the bag, and so now there's going to be a congregational meeting here. All 4 umpires are coming in to see if anybody says that he didn't hit the bag. But it was an absolute shot that was handled by the third baseman, and his throw was toward the right field side of the bag. First baseman, and that is
Sanders.
That's Sanders. He ventured way out toward right field and then spun around and tagged the bag, and the umpires agree. And so that's 5-3, and so they are down to their last out.
He definitely tagged the bag. I was more questioning whether he got it in time. It looked like it was almost simultaneous with the runner on the bag and the glove hitting it, and usually the tag goes to the runner. But they're saying he got it just in time, and now you got an 0-2 count after 2 really great curveballs to Nolan Breckman, and he is the leadoff hitter. And he's popped this one way up. This could be it.
Shortstop calling it.
McFerrin in, and he makes the catch. And that does it. That's the Pete's Fishbach third out. And Louisiana wins their first game of this American Legion World Series by a score of 1-0 in our No Malarkey Call Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We'll take a break here. We'll come back with our post-game show sponsored by Bill Shuford Heating and Air of Shelby and Dennis Willis Septic Service of Cherville. We'll do that after this 3-minute break. You're listening to American Legion World Series Baseball right here on KTC Broadcasting.
Boiling Springs Carbon and Tile, located at 142 North Main Street in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, is your best full-service flooring center. They carry a great selection of quality brands. Flooring by Mannington, Thermocore XL, and waterproof Mohawk Redwood. Carpeting by Mohawk, Shaw, and Southwind. Hardwood flooring by Somerset and Shaw. Luxury waterproof vinyl plank and tile, and much more. Visit Boiling Springs Carbon and Tile Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. till 1, or by appointment call 704-434-9019. The new climate-controlled storage units are ready at Bradley's on West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. They're all sizes and are now available. And listen to this. New tenants' first month's rent is free. That's right, free. You have 24/7 access with a secured entrance. For more information, call 704-484-2077 and ask about the new climate-controlled units. And also see them for your travel baseball and travel softball team needs. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Shop Bridges Hardware's great August bargains. Old garden hose need replacing? Buy Never Kink's heavy-duty garden hose, just $24.99. Get organized with a 19-gallon modular stacking storage box by Sterlite, only $11.99. Lubricate squeaks and stop rust with WD-40 with a patented easy reach straw for only $9.99. Get a DeWalt 40-piece screwdriver set for $18.99. Boost your trees and shrubs with Joe's 15-pack fertilizer spikes in deciduous and evergreen formulas for $10.99. Don't miss out. Get these and other great values while supplies last at Bridges Hardware, Kings Mountain. What can they do at Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain? How about everything? And I bet you didn't know they can even replace an engine. If you need engine replacement, they can do it. Hey, that's not all. I bet you didn't know they could even replace or build a transmission. And of course, they do tune-ups, oil changes, brake work, and yes, they sell tires at unbeatable prices, and they do North Carolina inspections too. All of this and more at Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, 205 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Like them on Facebook too. Carolina's Commercial Realty is the only triple realty in Shelby, offering sales, listings, and leasings. Owner Rick Francis has been serving this area for 40 years with his insurance companies and now can offer commercial, residential sales, purchases, and leasing. Rick has been involved with many community activities and is here to help you with your commercial and residential real estate needs. Just call 704-477-2338 for Rick Francis and Carolina's Commercial Realty. Office located at 1230 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, Suite 5. Online at Carolina's Commercial Realty and Associates.com. Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville offers various mortgage options to fit your goals and budget with a dedicated mortgage loan officer to help guide you through the process. Contact Carolina Federal Credit Union today at 704-435-0186. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville can help you. Learn more at carolinafcu.org or visit their office at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Carolina Federal Credit Union, an equal housing lender. If you own a cell phone, and chances are you do, you need to listen to this ad. We need to tell you about CPR Cell Phone Repair, now open at 1506-3 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby next to Showmars. What do? They fix cell phones, broken screens, repair liquid damage and charging points. They have battery replacements, repair game consoles, speakers, PC repair, HDMI replacement, and pre-owned devices. They'll save your mobile life. See CPR Cell Phone Repair, 1506-3 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at cellphonerepair.com. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays, 10 to 5. Closed on Sunday. Call 980-404-0116.
All right, we're back for our post-game stadium show. Bill Shuford Heating and Air of Shelby and Dennis Willis Septic Service of Cherryville are our two post-game sponsors, and had a great one here, Jeff. A nice pitcher's duel to start this Sunday off.
Yeah, it was a really, really nice game, and when it's all said and done, that pitcher's duel is won by Bossier City, Louisiana. Bossier City only got 2 base hits the entire ball game, but the most important base hit of the night was with 2 outs. I say the night. We started this game in the night. It's actually early afternoon now, but there were actually 2 really important. Both those base hits were so important because we were in the bottom of the 5th, strikeout looking, ground out to the pitcher, and then Jackson Jones came up and hit a single, and then hit batsman Tucker McCabe, and then Hudson Brignac, the second baseman, hit a single to center field, and that scored Jackson Jones for the only run of the day. And so it's a 1-0 victory by Bossier City, Louisiana. So the very next game, Billings, Montana cannot feel sorry for themselves because they're going to have to turn right around and play again. And Bossier City is 0-2. Bossier City is going to play the next game after this, but Billings, Montana is going to 0-2, and they're going to play a 2-0 Berry Hill team. And they're going to have to win that game, and then I think they're out. I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah, Louisiana had lost. They could have done something, but Montana losing, they cannot do anything because even if they defeat Midland, Midland will be 2-1 to their 1-2, and then whoever wins Delaware, Louisiana is going to be 2-1.
So basically, Midland should be determined already that Midland is going to be the champion of the Stripes division because even if they lose, they'll be in a they'll be in a tie with either Delaware or Louisiana, and they beat them in a two-way tie head-to-heads first. So it'll be interesting to see what Berry Hill Post 165 out of Midland, Michigan does now, because this is a game that they don't have to win, and no matter what they do, they're going to be the champions of the Stripes division. So, manager Dan Cronkright, he may have some interesting decisions to make, because he definitely can save who he wants to pitch tomorrow in the semifinals. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any difference as far as that goes. But it was a great ball game. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's finish up this Billings, Montana versus Bossier City, Louisiana.
Yeah, but a tough loss for Montana, because that knocks them out of contention now, and it was a 1-0 defeat. They had their ace, Drew McDowell on the mound. He pitched great, 6 innings of 2-hit baseball and giving up just 1 run. But the problem is both of those hits were in the same inning, along with a hit batsman, and they got the run across, all with 2 outs. And it started, as you said, with that Jackson Jones base hit, and then McCabe hit by the pitch, and then Brignac with the big 2-out RBI single. And that was the only run in this game. Just 3 hits for Montana scattered about between Brody Bauer, Jackson Jones, and Cade Moore, who all went 2 1/3 innings, Jeff, and gave up just 1 run and 1 hit and no runs each in this game. So the only hits were Kyler Northrup's infield single, Cody Collis's infield single, and then Jacob Wilcox with a liner for a base hit, and then Brignac and Jones were the only 2 hits for Bossier City.
And again, Montana they can't hang their heads. They got to turn back around and play again, and it's doubly difficult to play again because you just lost that really hard fought game, and now you're going to play and the realization. I imagine they'll realize that it doesn't matter what they do. They're going to be finished at the conclusion of this next game. Well, Brent, let's talk about
hardware.
Let's talk about hardware. But before we do, I think you mentioned it, but I wasn't sure. Bossier City, Louisiana, they had 3 pitchers and they each went 2 1/3. Yeah. That's really unusual, and of course they're playing with the pitch count, obviously. So 39 pitches for Bauer, 48 pitches for Jones, and that may be interesting because what the pitch count was showing on the scoreboard was 44, and so that 44 to 48 makes a difference. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But 2 1/3 for Bauer, 2 1/3 for Jones, 2 1/3 for Moore, and they each gave up 1 hit, and they gave up no runs, and so that was quite a masterpiece for those 3 pitchers.
Yeah, it was, and they both, besides from Moore pitched great. I think he just faced 8 batters.
Right.
The other 2 guys both had situations where they had runners in scoring position and had to get an out, the 3rd out, and they did. And so they both really pitched well under pressure, and then Moore just came in and shut the door. He actually is the winning pitcher because he was on the mound when they got their run.
Absolutely.
To take the lead. And so Moore ends up, just giving up 1 hit, but only facing 8 batters in 2 1/3, just 1, over the minimum, and only had to throw 24 pitches to do that. So great job by Moore coming in. But you also have to say, when he was at third, Jeff, when the bases were loaded, he's the one that fielded that ball that he had to field cleanly and throw to first cleanly.
He had 3 straight plays.
Yeah, and
he had the last out of that inning, and then the first 2 outs of the next inning, and then he went to pitch.
Yeah,
which is why, getting ahead of ourselves, he's going to be my nominee for the overall player of the game, sponsored by SNR Auto Sales of Shelby and Carolina Federal Credit Union of Cherryville.
Yeah, I think we just go ahead and give him the SNR Auto Sales overall player of the game for the home team. Cade Moore didn't do much at the plate, but those 3 defensive plays, and they were really solid plays.
They were really solid plays because the first